are back, guys, with the fourth and final round. We have got James Kiddie on the left from earlier and Dan Preston on the right. I mean, we already know what to expect from Kiddie, but what are we getting from Dan Preston?
Yeah, I mean, Dan recently, I'm not sure how much he's been on stream, but he has very much been honing his skills on this on Ice Wind. He did make Euros with Icewind, in fact, with a Storm style deck. I think he might have changed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
YRB.
Yeah, he did tell, like, I know Unalesca something barrel. I forgot what the R is already. He literally just told me.
Riku, isn't it? Is it not Riku?
I don't even know. I'm not even sure.
Well, we'll find out very shortly. Kiddie going per standard, so warping Theodore immediately. I mean, that's kind of what you got to do against Ice. Ice wants to take a few turns to set up, and yeah, really don't want that to happen. So we're going to try and slow Dan down as fast as we can, as soon as we can. So Dan does get the Nostalon though, so we are at least going to see two backups down before Theodore can do much. Probably going to be seeing a Uke here. He's found it, he's gone past it, he's probably just double checking, see if he's got any other options, but
he definitely wants to secure that eye. Oh,
no,
okay, go with the Stilt Skin.
Maybe that is, well, obviously it's for a one cost, but it's probably for Evray,
yeah. Because
obviously if he's going to have not as many cards on hand, I think he wants to be able to get as much out of his backups as possible, I imagine. And at the same time, maybe he just doesn't have the ice in hand to play the Uke if he draws. If he does add that to hand, and then obviously he's got a dead backup in hand, which isn't going to do a whole lot. And I think he'd rather make sure he's got a backup ready to go.
That's it. Now let's see what Kiddie follows up with. More discards. He's played a backup this time. That's okay. Go straight in with an orphan. It is discard.
3 discards next turn wasn't enough. He wanted more.
Yeah. Believe that's the right one. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're also going to get a dull as well when he discards, but it's not the important thing.
I mean, yeah, especially when it's forward and Dan is currently sat on 0 forwards. But again, Mono Ice seems to be one of these decks that just can run with on very few backups, which is scary.
I mean, the thing is as well, Ice Wind doesn't really have a whole lot of single target removal, especially not early game, because you do have stuff like Dryad, which is very good single target removal, but only when it gets to the point where it deals enough damage in terms of how many characters you have. So I think Dan is being put into a little bit of a pickle here.
Yeah, how can I bin my hand out without losing too much? Okay, Mateus and Alexander
for a Sid, sure. So we get down the.
That's Guild Skin, yeah, cost 1. Get that out for by the looks of things, as you said. Again, this Sid Hayes is another crazy one. Tons of text on it.
We are gonna grab that Every, but I'm not. We need to play one more thing for Sid Hayes to get the Delon Freeze. Every could be it, but it's not phenomenal value because unless that last card in our hand is a 1 cost, maybe a Luso, but that's still going to draw us a card, which is going to get discarded. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what other options. You could play another backup, but yeah, not too sure.
I mean, you've got to play out your hand, right? You're losing 3 cards next turn. Oh, it was a lot.
Yeah, it's going to be playing the Every. Going to be activating for fun. Going to combat Delon Freezing 2 as per, but last card in hand is going to get yoinked.
Yeah. He's got to be thinking though. It's not too worried about losing it, is it? So.
With the signed Gatchamarcia Dan's pet card, if you
that's right, yeah, because it breaks a 2-drop, right?
No, it bounces a 2-drop to hand, or it breaks a 5 or more.
Yeah. Which he would have really liked to have probably cast out another lock as well.
Very sad.
So that's 2 down.
Toto. This is I believe this is bullying, actually. I think Principal might need to have some words with Kiddie for this behaviour.
Someone's going to end up in detention, apparently. But, so, Preston sat on 2 cards.
Okay, no, that's actually pretty good. So we get probably the one of the Wind Muggle that taps for an Ice is, I believe, what we're going to be looking for. Sorry, it's the ice one that taps for a wind, isn't it? Which is slightly worse, to be honest, because we can't ever activate to play it. Don't know what the last card in hand is, but he does decide to go for it. One cast for the Sid, trying to see if we can get any more. But the problem is, you keep that Orphan Dull and Frozen as much as you like. He's not going to care. He's going to keep on getting those discards.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter here. The 2 in hand, yeah. So, Sarah Mobius. Okay. I'm not gonna. I think I would have maybe played the Sarah Mobius here.
To be honest, it wouldn't have been bad actually, because we want to slow Kiddie down, and that does definitely slow him down.
Yeah, right. We could have stopped the orphan triggers for definite. I mean,
but what we're going to see now is the Physalis, which
again,
I'm not going to jump to any conclusions, but Icewind doesn't have a whole lot of board wipes either, and this board is looking vile.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if Preston plays his Aluso in his version of the deck either. So.
I do believe he does.
But you got to think, with the amount of discard that he's staring down, he's probably not going to get enough cards to be able to do that.
The rows are going to damage as well, so that's not going to do anything. We're going to draw once, we're going to draw twice, and we're going to probably think about what the hell we can do.
I mean, sitting there and cry is definitely a good option right now. But Dan gonna take it the best he can.
Dan's not one to give up. I'll give him that much.
Okay, so we're gonna go with the Chocobo.
Yeah, I mean, good starter. We have very up the Mogul, but we need to have drawn a 2 cost we can play. I think that is a Zidane in hand, which is actually not too bad. So we'll play the Sid for a second cast and 3 cast as Zidane. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So we'll see what we get.
Let's see if we can steal something decent.
His sale isn't actually that bad, because we can grab quite a lot of cards. We can grab Lock.
Yeah, the very last one in his deck. That would be definitely a good target.
Problem is, at the same time, we can't attack with a Zidane to get another one. Sid Hay. Well, no, we can, because the Sid Hays will definitely be double freezing with Physalis. And then
the thing is like, if you don't dull freeze the Physalis, the next turn the Zidane gets dull frozen anyway, right? So
probably then the Theodore, because that thing is a bit chonky.
Yeah. 9k first strike. Definitely, again, going after the Orphan isn't great.
It's just, I mean, they're all just sticks at the moment, apart from the Physalis, which has the attack trigger. So he does go for the Theodore, which was probably the right decision. Not attacking with the Zidane. I think he's rightfully scared, to be fair. I mean, if we see an Estola here anyway, that's it. Because we get the dull off of the Orphan. We don't get the dull off of the Orphan, actually, because we've got no cards in hand.
Well, there's that Estola.
There she is.
As if on time. So we got an attack 9k.
Something's going to be blown up, which I'm going to presume is a Sid Hays.
I mean, why would you choose anything else?
So but good thing we didn't attack, because otherwise we would have nothing to block.
Going to 6.
At the same time, going to 6 with no forwards, 3 backups.
Sedane's down.
Playing a black mage, praising the sun.
What could you pull here if you're Dan Preston? Yeah, that is it. There's the Luso, but without the cards in hand.
I mean, that was
brutal to watch.
To be honest with you, that's ice. Wind in general has always suffered against ice. That's just the kind of main crutch of the element, is that it wants to have a few turns to set up. But as soon as if Dan got to 5 backups and maybe had an Atmos on board, I think Dan very easily could have turned that around and been able to do some shenanigans. But Kiddie knows that he's not allowed to do that, otherwise.
Yeah. And I think we're all going to rue the day that Ice gets all this discard back, and haste, and attack triggers that blow stuff up. Ice is going to be strong next set.
Oh, without a doubt.
I mean, hell is strong this set now. But
yeah. We've definitely seen a whole lot of Ice Lightning, specifically. Because with the new Rufus, it's been very good. But I think the new Estola is going to push more of a discard-heavy ice sort of orientation, shall we say. Maybe it fits well in Ice Earth, because that deck is always very much appreciated heavy discard. So yeah, be interested to see.
Yeah, I mean, with 20 minutes on the round,
it was a very good game.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal. I'm bowled over by that. I'm honestly almost speechless, which doesn't help when you're trying to talk.
It does put a bit of a spanner in the works, But Iceman, it's just so aggro, and once again, we saw one back up that whole game apart from the last turn, which was just absolutely nothing.
Yeah, let's just flex. I'll play this one because why not?
Yeah, a bit of fun. Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, I would have cycled it. I would have discarded it just to prove a point.
Yeah. Just power play.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, by the way, here's a card I have in my hand that I don't need.
Yeah. I mean, with that, James Kiddie has won tonight. 4-0.
Yeah, undefeated. And he built the deck about an hour and a half before local started, so you know how it is.
Which I think he said he got from the only ice player,
Mr. Jacko,
who sadly couldn't join us this evening.
No, but, sadly I'm the substitute for today.
That's fine. You did a good job, bro. You did a good job. Are we going to bother getting Kiddie over here again? Does anyone really want to hear him speak again?
I don't think he wants to.
No.
To be honest, you were saying earlier as well, he wasn't even thinking of coming tonight because he's feeling pretty rough. Because he was going to be commentating as well, me and Kiddie, but he was like, I don't think he wanted to talk for 3 hours straight, so he opted out of tonight. So,
well, I mean, we were obviously alluding to it earlier. Maybe we should go over that amazing
little spoiler.
Yeah, I know, right? So, unfortunately, we haven't got the image to put up on screen for you guys. But I'll give you a readout. 4-cost Faris from Water with the job Pirate Warrior of Light. Basically,
Pirate/Warrior.
Yes.
Not Pirate Warrior of Light.
Although that would be pretty cool.
I mean, unique if nothing else. I would.
The power of job Pirate forwards and card named Viking forwards other than Faris you control become 8,000.
Chonky.
That's Vikings 8K.
Anywhere between a. I don't think there's any 6k Vikings. I think it's like a 4k or 4k to a 6k power buff for forwards that are easily recoverable, forwards that get you card advantage.
Forwards the top deck
cheap.
More.
Yeah, spam the board. I mean,
it might be that you might not need snow in the deck anymore just because they are bigger. But
well, I don't think you would anyway, because I think the whole point of Vice Kings, this isn't a Vice Kings card, because Vice Kings wanted to just spam the board to be able to get his loads of free damage in.
Well, I mean, that's not all the card does, though. That was just the first part. This is for the rest.
More.
So, for 0, choose one summon or ability that is choosing only Faris. You may choose another water forward you control. The newly chosen forward must be a valid choice.
So similar to the old Edge, the 2-drop Edge, but in reverse. So the Edge was if there was a summon or ability that targeted just one wind character or wind forward, I think it was, you could redirect it to Edge, which was very good at saving some important cards. But this is the other way around. This one wants to try and save your Faris, because obviously Faris is going to be a bit of a lightning rod to stop that huge power buff.
Yeah. And the thing is, you kind of want some of your Vikings to leave the field for that additional draw anyway, right? So
yeah, exactly.
It's
I wonder if this is the return of Opus 1 Whacker. The Vikings
the power
9k.
Buff.
Could you imagine?
I don't know, man, because like the newest Whacker.
Newest Whacker is phenomenal, but 8 till 9 is a significant increase.
Yeah, and it's a lot harder to deal with. You're right. That
just as an idea, I just throw out ideas.
I am seeing with some of these water cars that are coming in why they banned Silver. Like you couldn't get away with
I
that.
don't even want to imagine Silver with this. Good Lord.
My god, that would be so busted.
No thank you. No thank you.
So busted. Draw, search, find anything you want. But
grim.
Yeah.
But yeah, this card. I mean, I know my partner Jenny has always been a Vikings fan.
Yeah.
Vikings are kind of funny. They've kind of come in and out of the meta occasionally. I mean, they're just value cards. You know, they do exactly what you need them to do. If they die, cool. If they get damage in, cool. Like, it doesn't matter what they do, they're going to get you value.
Yeah, and now they're even more difficult to deal with. I mean, some of them can even block Sedan, right? So
Yeah, you get the down blocks in there as well.
that's going to be a gross deck. So good. Hell, I'm looking at that for next time.
There's not been any monks so far, so you got to fall back onto something else.
I mean, there was an Ursula,
yeah.
but she's not really a monk, so...
It's just called monk. But
I mean,
but
the
as well
UX
with,
death's going to go in it. Just
yeah.
out there.
I will say as well with the new Faris, because it does also buff job pirates.
Yes.
There are some phenomenal choices for job pirates.
Van... We
So
know there's a
there is-
Layla coming.
Well, yeah, but there's obviously the recursion Layla, which I think is going to be...
Yeah.
Because that's a 4-cost 4K that recurs your 3-drop Viking. So I think you have to play that one because you want to pre-play your Viking. Other than that, yeah, it's literally just Opus 1 Van.
Yeah, watch the new Layla come out and she be like amazing and goes in there as well. That'd be gross.
I don't want to think about that, to be honest with you.
It would be amazing. It'd be so good. But yeah, you're probably right. So we got her. What other options we got? The pirates. None. Just Layla.
There's a couple other Farises.
Yeah, but obviously that's not getting played.
There's a couple of really good Farises.
Was there a van that was ever?
Yeah, Opus 1 Van.
Yeah, that's nice.
It was. Do you know what it does?
Nope.
5-cost, 6K.
Okay.
When it enters, draw a card.
Yeah.
When it party attacks, draw a card.
I mean, it's not terrible.
It's pretty bad. For 5.
Yeah. But it's going to be an AK.
It's going to be an AK.
Still going to draw your card. But then, okay, yeah, why is it going to take up a slot? Yeah. Alright.
If anything, you'd probably run... there was the Water Una, the Gull Wings 3-drop. If you had already party attack, draw 2. When it parties attacks, reduced by 4 for each forward in the party, I believe it was.
Yeah, do you need it though? If your Faris is, by some miracle you can keep your Faris around somehow.
I think it's just draw. The deck is just going to draw insane amounts.
Yeah.
So,
well,
we shall see.
Yeah, that's
if anything,
blowing my mind.
It's not a card I would play, but at the same time, I think it's my favourite spoiler so far. Because for me, in this game, I love cards that you see and you can immediately think, that's a deck. Like, you look at some of the other spoilers we've had, like the Neo X deck, you look at that card, that's like a tech card. You'll put it in a deck, but you won't build a deck around it. You look at, gosh, I can't even think of some of the other spoilers now.
I mean, Warrior Light is going to be a thing.
That is also a card where you're like, you could build a deck around it, but it's... I'm not sold on that card. I think
it'd maybe be a one-of in an Akstar deck, maybe.
Sure.
But
obviously Akstar it isn't too bad. But yeah, I think 7CP. A lot of people have been comparing it to stuff like. So there's two main things it can be compared to is something like Kirin, because you flip the top 5. So with Kirin, you flip the top 5. You reveal a 4-cost, because it's the same with Warrior of Light, it only has to be a 3-cost. If you flip a 4-cost, you play it grand. If you don't, you've still got a 9k Brave, can't be dull on the field. Yeah. With Warrior of Light, you're spending 1 more CP for it. It's also a light card, so it clogs your hand up if you can't play it. It's I think it's still 9k or is 8k?
9k.
I think it is 9k. Yeah. It doesn't have Brave, can still be done and frozen, but that whiff is just going to be so much.
And will be done and frozen off the Akstar.
Exactly. So if we are playing the Akstar, it's well, obviously it doesn't really matter. The value you do get if you do hit is phenomenal, but you got to hit it. It's a bit of a high roll, and then obviously it's also somewhat similar to the Agrius as well, where you keep on flipping until you hit a 3-cost, but that one always hits. So, yeah, I don't know. Well, I've got to be sold.
Yeah, I mean, it's still early days. We're still on the road to Winter Cup, which is obviously the road technically to Opus 21.
It is indeed very exciting.
We'll have to wait for polls, pre-release, and all that. So.
I'm just looking forward to more Stranger Paradise spoilers because
I'm still praying.
Big fan.
I'm still praying they'll bring out some colour fixing for cadets, but I'm holding my breath for nothing.
You know that's never going to happen.
No.
They will release another Legend Ace that is pretty good, but not enough support for it. And also, you can't play any of the other aces.
No.
And then they'll probably release a heroic machina which has worse text than a common.
It's already coming out as a common. I don't think it can get much worse. And a new queen. Right.
Poor cadets.
Yeah, there we go. That being said, though, guys, that is the end of the night.
Yeah, quarter to 9.
I know, finished a bit earlier this week. Again, congratulations to Mr. James Kiddie for taking home the victory this week. Hopefully, we'll be back next week.
Is the plan?
Yeah, hopefully.
As per usual.
Other than that, anything else for the ladies and gentlemen at home, Jacob?
I'm just going to say thank you all very much for watching, everyone. Enjoyed the company. I hope to see you again next week.
And join us on YouTube, Discord, and Twitch, and all sorts in between.
Notification bell.
Yeah, and give a big shout out to Paul McAvoy for coming up with these beautiful graphics for us, as usual. So, we will catch you next week, guys.
Have a good night.